Call me crazy, but does this island look like anything familiar to you? Then again, I don't know if it actually has anything remotely, what do you call it, familiar about it? I don't know. You make up your own theories, guys. Hiya, Borkers, especially the patrons that are listed on the screen before you. These are the ones that have given me more than just the support that you guys are giving me right now, and I would like to thank them very much. And if you want to be just like them, go ahead and click on the Patreon link in the description. At least $1 a month gets you on this list. More will give you additional benefits. Enjoy the video. Hiya, Borkers, I'm Jalen Fulf, and welcome back to Baba Is You. Last time we were here, we completed Rocket Trip, and you guys saw me brush through all the pain and suffering that I had to go through just to encounter all the maddening stuff with Empty and Fall and sort of the stuff. Now I gotta go through all the additional concepts that we have to work with going into the Flower Garden. So what concepts are we learning here today? Also, this could be the world that opens this gate up. But what lies beyond this gate? That's something we gotta find out for ourselves. But in the meantime, we've got a flower garden to go through. Let's see. As far as I can tell, these two are pretty much just two concepts laid out for us. Let's see what the first concept is in condition. Let's see it. Level Garden 1 condition. Okay. Let's see this. KEKE on grass is defeat. KEKE is you. KEKE is KEKE. Grass is not you. Key is open and push. Wall and door is stop. Door is shut. Flag is win. Okay. So what is KEKE? So on grass. This is giving me reminds me from my computer science experience about conditional programming, where the program says if such and such is a thing, if such and such is true, then perform this action, else perform this action. That's what I'm thinking going into this computer science stuff. So if all is correct, KEKE just commits Sudoku or suicide upon touching the grass over here, which is exactly what this thing is all about. Oh, by the way, guys, I've got to point out, for the last 2 episodes, you guys witnessed me having a bad controller drift so bad that Baba, or whoever was you at the time, was going up constantly. I switched to an older Xbox 360 controller for the time being until my newer controller, my new Xbox One controller, actually gets here. So just expect something with this until the new one arrives. The only drift I know of from this one in particular is this right analog stick, which I don't think I can necessarily use in Baba Is You, so I'm not really bothered right now. So from the looks of things, it looks like I'm trapped, right? I could technically try and go out of bounds, but then at the exact same time, there's still this risk of just losing me. So let me restart. And I'm gonna try something. Grass is not stopped, so what I can ultimately do is just push KEKE Is You out of the way. And we're gonna remove this. KEKE on grass is defeat. Grass would definitely become defeat. I don't want grass to become defeat. What I do want to do... Oh. Because key becomes open and push. Hang on. This might be a while to work with. I'm gonna see what I can do by just making all of these keys. Okay. Let me restart. So I'm gonna push KEKE all the way into here. And not have to worry about it. Turn off Grass's defeat. Let me think about this real quick. I do not want to use a walkthrough for this first level. But it is a condition. Oh, wait a minute. I got it. I got it. By making grass key, that makes all of the grass key, which ultimately stops me. What I do want to do, however, is instead we conditionalize it. We're going to make grass on KEKE, whereas every time we walk on the grass, it becomes a key. So like this. See? We've created a path for ourselves, but we also created a push mechanic. But that doesn't matter. Flag is win. We're done. Alright, that takes care of the on condition. I think that this one's going to be an easy one already. Anyway, level 2, THICKET. This one's another new condition. Moon make flag, flag is open. Hedges stop, flag is you. Baba's defeat, grass is shut, and... Now, hedges stop, okay? Hedges stop. So, this is a make condition. I want to see what make does, so I'm going to go ahead and change this so it instead says flag make moon. Moon technically really doesn't do anything, so if anything, it will create a path for me to... Oh, so it does... Okay. Flag is open. But you know what I can do? I'm gonna go ahead and change it. Flag make moon. And moon is open. But I have to be careful here. I want to do it this way. We're going to try flag make moon, and then ultimately, once we get to it, we're going to make moon open. In other words, flag can't be open. Look at that! We're clearing out some space for us. But we still make moons. What's happening here is, as we're stepping, we're creating multiple moons. So, moon doesn't do anything. We can just create it on top of Baba and still win. Just like that. See? Easy. I'm gonna be doing a lot of easy stuff with this condition. I don't think I even need the walkthrough. This is gonna be a big challenge for me. Let's do level 3, sorting facility. Here we go. Start with the stuff that we cannot change. Flag is win, Baba is you. Door is shut and stop. Key is open and push. Wall is stop. Rock on water is key. Belt is push. Rock is push. And we have a shift up there. What I do want to do... Here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to first set up belt on rock is shift. Let me just make sure. On rock is. Alright, I got the setup. Now, I'm going to go ahead and change this one a little bit. Set it up over here. Set up the rock in place. And set it up like that. Rock is shift, but it is not moving. But instead of making rock shift, I want to say belt on rock is shift. essentially what happens is only the belts that have the rock on it, only the rock is affected by it, but anything else, no go. So, this does not mean, however, if we push it onto the water, is water anything? No. We can still push the key back. That's a good thing. Which just makes this one very easy as all hell. Look at that. Look at that. I'm working well with these conditionals. Anyway, level 4, relaxing spot. Stuff we can't change. Hedge is stop, Baba is you, belt is shift, water is sink, text is float. Flag could become win. But ultimately, what's going on here is we could bring out a KEKE, which I don't think does anything. I don't think does anything. Alright. This might be something... Let's see here. The only thing I can really accomplish here is, perchance, I could make rock text, but that's not going to do anything. That's not going to help me at all. What I do want to do is make rock KEKE. That's the other option I can have, is make rock KEKE. What does KEKE do? Still nothing. But I can make him push. Ultimately, though, there is something else I can do. Text is float. So, ultimately, what ends up happening I'm gonna push this to the corner here. We don't need rock anymore. Rock isn't even float to begin with. So I'm gonna make something on text is push. And that something is KEKE. Excuse me. So this ultimately makes KEKE push. So now, I just have to sink KEKE in here. This makes rock go over here. And now, flag is win. Did I do something right for once? Now that's done. I could go back to the main map to see what happened, but that'll be for later. But I want to show you something. There was an alternative solution to this one. While I could change rock to KEKE, I think it's an alternative solution, but I have no idea. I could say rock on text is push. Because ultimately, the end goal of this is to actually sacrifice the non-floating object to push the floating object into another floating object to make that condition true. And that's how it works. You didn't even need KEKE to begin with. Anyway, level 5, Maritime Adventures. Let's see this. Hand is move, Baba is you. Wall is push. Door has flag, flag is win. Wall is wall, water is stop. Wall is not you. Could technically make lava defeat. But how am I gonna do this? Hand is move just makes the hand move back and forth. Wall is push. That could set up for something. but I want to see what could I set it up for. The one thing I can do is just set up, first off, let's not make hand move for a sec. Let's set this aside. We don't need hand as move right now. I wanted to move it the other way, just to set that up. I could ultimately just make hand move like that. Hand could become push at some point, just to actually make it work. But the ultimate goal here is to make the hand move to a point such that I can ultimately make it open the door. I don't see a shift mechanic to make sure that the wall does something. There is an on there, so we can make a conditional statement with the hand or the wall. Then again, I don't see how I'm going to be able to do all of that, given that lava will become defeat at some point. This might sound ridiculous, but for the first time this episode, I'm needing my walkthrough. Hang on. Hand on wall is... oh yeah. So let's break hand as move real quick. So let's just do this. Hand can still be move for now. Then again, I can actually tackle it at some point. But ultimately... wait. I can do this, right? Because then... oh yeah. So first what we're going to do is we're going to position the walls. We're going to send 2 walls here. One of these walls is going to go over there. And probably set it up here. The other wall, we can set up to go like this. So that we can still work with it. But then these other 2 walls. I told myself, yes, I could set up the walls in such a fashion that it could still work. But that would have to be our goal. So we've set up the walls. Now I just gotta recover this on before anything bad happens. And just do that. Hand on wall is you. But right now, hand needs to be push. So let's move on and wall back a bit. Just so we can set up hand as push first. I want to push him in such a fashion that he goes this way, right? Now I can push this aside. Did I just trap myself? I just trapped myself. You know what I can do, though? I can recover is like this. Not wall as you, I want hand on wall as you. Before I even do anything bad. So now, ultimately, I feel like what should be happening from here is that we get to control the hand once it's on the wall. But we have to be on the side that the hand will ultimately be in so that it can open the door for us. Okay, so let's put this plan in motion. Go this way, go this way, go this way, and go this way. Haha! I have done it! Alright, we're getting close to the end of this. You ready, guys? Level 6, Ruined Orchard. Let's see it. Okay. Key on key is weak. Statue is you. Belt is belt and stop. Fruit is defeat. Door is stop and shut. Key on key is weak. KEKE is shut. KEKE is float and stop. Hedge is stop. Flag is win. You could say belt is shift and not stop, but that would ultimately mean belt, but that would ultimately cause belt is belt and stop. I think the one solution that I want to say first off. Oh, I'm a statue! I don't know if I have enough, I don't know if I'll be able to get enough keys in the space I have during this process. Let me get the walkthrough out. Okay, so this walkthrough is telling me, make belt is push horizontally. So we're talking about is push this way. This is how we set up the belt system. Push the lower belt up and around so that it is just to the left of the lower or middle to set up for future stuff and pointing right. We now set up the belt to shift and not stop, because that would break anything. Now we retrieve this. I got it. Okay, now we're doing something here. Let's first make KEKE as push. We're gonna go back to KEKE as push. We're not gonna make the keys just yet. KEKE as push. Not this way. I said not that way. We'll go this way. KEKE is float, remember that, because ultimately what happens here is... Could I face him to the right? I could face him to the right, okay. So now what I can ultimately do is now set up key is push and open, not KEKE is push and open, key is push and open. And then we're gonna have the KEKE start making keys. See what we did there? Ultimately what happens here is that once we open one, more come out. And we have our 3. I'm just gonna push them down this way, and there we go. That's it. That's it. Level 7, Blockade. What's this about? Straight up, we cannot change. Pillar is pillar, text is float, moon is you. What we can change, water is sink is in the corner. I can't change that, but I can make something water if it makes sense, but I don't want to do that. Moon is you, so we are this moon. Pillar is push. And rock can be something. Let me see. I want to see what I can do by exhausting all my options first. Rock on pillar is push, but we have to push the pillar onto the rock. And that ultimately becomes a horror story in itself, because that requires a lot of changing around, and that's no bueno. Ultimately, I just want to set it up in such a fashion that something can still work. For instance, I want to set up... Then again, think about this. I do not have enough to work with, because that's a 3 by 3 scale of water. How in all God's name are you able to get 2 things to sink 3 things. I don't know about my options, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my walkthrough. Okay, so pillar we don't even need, is what my walkthrough is saying. I can set it up and push it in this way, right? Now, we're gonna make rock push, and then push it. So I'm gonna push the rock this way. Rock blank space is, got it. I know what to do here. Push the rock, because now we have that on over there. Ultimately, what happens is, let me push these out of the way so I can set this up. We can make rock on water or pillar on water is sink. In this case, we have the rock text already over there. So what I'm going to do is set up instead rock on water is sink. It's not sink anymore. Haha! See what I did there? Anyway, level 8. Jaywalkers United. Nani? Flag on rock is me. That's something I can change, but I've got a bunch of KEKEs on the move. KEKE is move, KEKE make tile, tile is defeat. Holy shit. Baba is you, Baba make grass, grass is stop and defeat. Hedge is stop, rock on me is win, rock is push. I really have to get out of here fast. And do this in such a fashion that I can actually do this without touching the tile. Okay? Good. So, what I gotta do, let's get myself out of the way first. Oh, hold on. That's gonna break flag on rock as me. Can I stop it from happening? Well, now I can't stop it from happening. My first priority is to save that flag on rock as me. But I have to do it in such a fashion that the KEKEs, because they make tile, it's gonna be a problem. So, I'm on the is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's defeat. Then here, that's defeat. That just broke flag on rock as me. This first step I need to walk through on, but other than that, I'm pretty sure I can do the rest. So I think I have an idea, but I just want to exhaust the rest of my options first. First, the possibility that I could make a shield against the remaining KEKEs is the option. First, I do this. 1, 2, 3. I go right. I cross into one of the KEKEs and ultimately find myself running straight into a tile. Next, I could do this. Again, I run straight into a tile. But the other option I could do is set it aside in such a way that the upper 5 do something with it. So I go ahead here, up this way, and now we do this. Because then that's saved. But I cannot backtrack to the same tiles, is the other option that I have right now. What I do need to do, though, is set up rock is push. Push it on top of the flag. But then I need to break rock is push. So that's how rock is me, rock on flag is me, flag on rock is me happens. But if I break this, there goes my win condition. I cannot stay on here because I'm done. So I'm gonna backtrack to about here, and then what I can do is do this. Now what I have to do is set up this, but then I gotta kill some more time. Boom, 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 boom. And win. The waiting game. You gotta like that, don't you? Alright, 2 more levels to go in this one, and then we'll be done with this section for a while. Level 9, Overgrowth. Ooh god, we're gonna be dealing with this a lot. And this is gonna be a one-way scenario too. Fruit is fruit. Hedge is stop. Key is open and key. Baba is you. Door is stop and shut. Grass is shut, but later on in the level, grass can become hedge. What does fruit do? Nothing for now. I could make fruit push, but then what happens next? Because I can't get key out. I don't have an extra is to make fruit push. So what do I do now? What I don't want to do early is to push grass into the grass's hedge, because that ultimately stops me from doing anything in this area. So I need to stay in this grass until I find a solution. Ultimately, I could break Baba as you, but that just defeats the purpose. Okay, so I want to change it a little bit. Let's see I'm gonna see what happens when fruit is me. But then I have a second object to work with, so ultimately I want to make Baba is fruit. Now this is the difficult part. Doing what I can to Doing what I can. Break Baba is fruit. Then I'm gonna move Baba aside, like up in the corner over here, so I don't even touch it anymore. I will need to set up key on fruit as push, because these two fruits right here, these are going to be the keys to our... See that? Key on fruit is push, because it's trapped in there. We have the fruit set up like this. This is the format that we need to get set up such that the fruits actually work. Now, both these fruits can run free once grass becomes hedge. So, let's execute. Grass is hedge. Can't get out now. Gotta set up the fruits in such a way that I can set up the push mechanic. But I can't do that now because, looky here. I gotta set this up first. Then do this. Then do this. And then this. And then that. See? I can then do this. Yup. I didn't even think about that one. I didn't even think about that part. Alright. Let's see what craziness I can come up with level 10 adventurers. Ice and flag is something. Ice could ultimately come defeat, but ice and flag could also become win. But how does that work when ice is defeat and win at the exact same time? That doesn't make sense. Hand make belt. Something could be moved, something could be shift. But hand is defeat while stop Baba is you, but Baba could also be something. This is crazy as fuck, and I'm gonna need to walk through. So I'm gonna do this. Baba make belt. All right. I want to first set this up like this. First, we're gonna set up like this, okay? How about we set up the end condition first? So for the hand that actually goes into that corner to push the skull up. Or push past the skull. We're gonna set up like this. Push the belts this way. Then the hand is actually going to come across this, right? All right, but then I need to make it so that they go right in here instead of, you know. So now we go like that, right? Now, Baba's not making belts because essentially what's going on here is belt is, how do I say it? Not quite shift yet, and I have to be careful with my placements. Next, set this up first. Then the walkthrough's telling me to go around like this, around like this, and then go up like this, down like that, so that the hand actually does something. But then I need to make him move this way. Stop here, because I don't want him running into the wall. What I do want him to do is go through like this. Now that's one piece of the picture. The next step, I want this hand to go down here. It's gonna run into that left belt, pushing himself, making him move to the left. Next step, we are then going to move the other hand, the top hand, in this direction in such a way that it actually passes the skulls like this. But the other side of the story is that I want him to move like this. I gotta be careful as well, because I can't be making any more belts. So now let's see what we did here before doing anything. First hand. Top hand goes left, left, gets shifted by the belt, then goes to the left a couple of times before getting shifted again by the belt, then starts getting shifted by the left belt, the up belt, and then the left belt to push Ice's defeat. The second one, it's looking like it goes towards the left to the other belt to go shift down. Then we're going to shift to the left, then up, then right, then up past the skull to make Ice and Flag as win. How Ice can be defeat and win at the same time is beyond me, but that's beyond the point because ultimately Flag has to be win in the end. So ultimately what I want to do is I do not want hand make belt anymore. I cannot make belt shift just yet. What I do want to do is set up hand as move. First, hand as move, right? But I cannot do anything until they get back to their place. Belt now becomes shift. Now I do the waiting game. Watch and learn, boys. Ice's defeat. I've passed Ice. Now, the last step in this puzzle is that other hand. That other hand over there can't do anything. But what happens in the end? Flag is win. So now that's done, but we have 7 of the big flowers. That gate is a thing. What unlocked? I didn't want this. Return to map. Return to map. Let's see what had unlocked. I've just unlocked another set of levels. Guys, I've just unlocked another set of levels. I mean, ultimately what I could do is go ahead and play it, but let's save it. There's still a lot more to do with this one. So what's our next step? We're gonna go level 8 Chasm. I wonder what mechanics here we could use to help us. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, leave a like, post your comments, hit subscribe to that notification bell, share this video with your friends, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Until next time,